Started my journey here, the Hawaiian Islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I was born and raised on a small ridge in the southeast corner of the island of Oahu. I've often said I spent 20 years of my life in just 20 square miles. This is where I grew up, where I met my first friends, where I began to fall in love with the world that we all shared together. I went to elementary school in the valley, just behind the ridge here. And as I grew up, I appreciated the world I was in. I was curious about what lay beyond it. Traveled across the ocean, and this time for myself in San Diego. Here I met up with Johnny, began our journey, heading across the mountains east of San Diego. We entered the desert for the first time. We found a place I'd heard of, the Salton Sea. Learned a bit more about its history. The desert is a beautiful place. I was grateful to finally meet it. We spent our first night at a rest stop along this interstate. Heading further inland, we found Joshua Tree. Its beautiful emptiness. From there we found the mighty Colorado River and began following it north. The abundance of the river stands out amongst the harsh and dry environment around it. Passing through Las Vegas. We came to the Valley of Fire, where the true beauty of the sandstone environment came alive. We continued east. This is Makantui. Means long canyon in the native tongue. Today it is mostly known as Zion. We followed a highway carved into the mountainside, which led us south. To the Grand Canyon. Here our elevation gain up to about 11,000 feet caused our water that we were storing in the Jeep to freeze overnight.
Dude, our water literally froze. It's like 3-inch water.
We followed the river through Bryce Canyon, Capitol Reef, on our way to the Canyonlands. Here water, stones, and gravel had carved their tapestry into the layers of sandstone we were ascending. We followed the White Rim Trail, past islands in the sky, and vibrant red pinnacles to Moab. We explored the arches and then made our way to where we would part for now. Green River. Here I took the California Zephyr east to Denver to meet up with Hallie and have to leave Johnny behind. Headed east across the Rocky Mountains, where I met Hallie in Golden. There, we built Puff, headed north, spent our first night just north of Horsetooth Reservoir. At a small, abandoned roadside park. There we headed further across the divide to Middle Park, to Steamboat Springs, across Wyoming to the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone. We headed east across South Dakota to the Black Hills. We crossed the Missouri River at Chamberlain, South Dakota, saw the headwaters of the Mississippi, headed across the UP of Michigan, the Keweenaw Peninsula, and the straits separating Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. We turned south through Toledo, Cleveland, and Cuyahoga. We met up with my friend Adam to my father's childhood home, Chautauqua in New York. And saw Niagara Falls and Allegheny National Forest before visiting our good friends in Maryland and seeing DC. Across to the Smoky Mountains, south through Georgia, to New Orleans, to Houston, and finally past White Sands, the Great Sand Dunes, a great loop back to where we began our journey with Puff, in Golden. There, I considered a dream I'd had to see what winter looked like far across the eastern sea, the Highlands of Scotland.